Since the dawn of mankind, to avoid confrontation or embarrassment, our ancestors had to learn how to cooperate. In order to survive, they found a powerful tool that would get results by conveying a false impression. They discovered lying. Centuries later, our inclination to deceive is stronger than ever. Deception Tango.
The check is in the mail.
He's never bitten anyone.
My dog ate my homework.
You have my word. Oh, I can go another 40 miles when the gauge is on empty.
I never lie.
Does this shirt make me look fat?
Your hair looks just fine.
This won't hurt a bit. Nobody will notice. Try it. You'll like it. Your baby is just beautiful.
This is gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you.
You haven't changed a bit.
I promise I won't get mad.
Children develop the ability to lie soon after they learn to walk. Though children between 2 and 4 don't know the difference between truth and fiction, they possess a powerful tool to absorb lies. It's called ears. They hear their parents.
If you swallow gum, it will stick to your bones. If you cross your eyes, your face will freeze that way.
They also listen to their siblings, relatives, radio, and TV. But don't worry, they'll soon be going to school.
Honesty. As a boy, George Washington chopped down his father's cherry tree. When confronted by his father, he said, "I cannot tell a lie. I cut down the cherry tree."
This is not true. It was made up by a man named Mason Weems, a writer, pastor, and traveling book salesman. But children will grow and enter a higher level of education. High school.
Class, the North Star is the brightest star.
This is not true. Polaris isn't all that bright and can hardly be seen from your backyard. Apart from the sun, the brightest star is Sirius, located in the Canis Major constellation. All this begs the question, why do we lie, embellish, or repeat misinformation? It's ironic. We value honesty, yet we can be so sneaky. We value truth, yet lying is the number one reason people lose trust. Why do we do it? 2 reasons: to gain or to avoid. We gain from lying the appearance of a more interesting self. We blend in and increase our stature and reputation. We gain control of information and protect our privacy. At worst, we manipulate to gain money and power. By lying, we avoid responsibility, shame, embarrassment, harm, conflict, punishment, loss, rejection, and suffering. It might bring some comfort to know that most lies are not premeditated. Rather, most people lie because they have a split second to make a decision and don't take the time to think about the repercussions. It could be said that we lie because it works, until it doesn't. Lying is like gambling. Every time you lie, you risk getting caught. And there are some people that simply don't know the truth. At some point, they were taught something false, didn't question it, and passed it on to others as the truth. But let me ask you honestly, have you ever lied? If you said no, let me ask you 3 questions. Have you ever fibbed about your age so you can pay less money for movie tickets, amusement parks, or bus fares? Have you ever fibbed about your GPA, annual income, or your age? Have you ever on your computer clicked the box, I agree with the terms of agreement, but never read the terms? Yes, we lie. Whether in person, on the phone, or digitally, people lie at least 2 times a day, and they think they get away with it 56% of the time. To prove where all this is going, it's time to bring out the statistics because, as you know, numbers never lie. Unless they do.
12% of adults admit to telling lies sometimes or often. 83% of women feel guilty after lying. 70% of men feel guilty after lying. 60% of people lie at least once during a 10-minute conversation. 84% of people think there is such a thing as an acceptable lie. 71% of people think it is fine to protect someone with a lie. 57% of people are happy to lie if they didn't like a gift they've been given. 60% of people cannot converse with a stranger for 10 minutes without fibbing. Married couples only lie in about 10% of their major conversations. In the U.S., 84% of parents lie to their children to get them to behave. College students lie to their mothers in 1 out of 2 conversations. Around 80% of Match.com profiles have at least one lie in 1 of 3 major categories: height, weight, and age. 13% of patients lie to their doctor. 32% of patients stretch the truth to their doctor. 40% of patients lie about following a doctor's treatment plan. 30% of patients lie about their diet and exercise regimens. 11% of doctors have told a patient or a child's guardian something that was not true in the past year. 20% of doctors admitted that they had not owned up to a mistake out of fear of being sued. Basically, lying by omission.
Arguably, there are 7 types of liars. The little white liar tells lies when the truth would only serve to hurt another person. It is a conscious and calculated decision. Histrionic personalities crave attention to the point of distorting the truth. Frequent liars tend to be manipulative with a hidden agenda. A narcissist lies to gain glory in the eyes of others. Compulsive liars lie for no reason or advantage. Chronic liars also lie for no reason or advantage, but cover up behavior that could be harmful. Pathological liars lack a clear sense of right and wrong and have no remorse when hurting others. Lying is a serious subject and can have serious consequences. So far, we've learned about the history of lies, children and lies, why we lie, which brings us to, is it possible to tell if someone is lying? Yes and no. It's been said you can tell someone is lying if their eyes can't look you in the face. Not true. Perhaps they can't look you in the face because they are shy or have low self-esteem. However, you should be aware of the forced smile, uncharacteristic nervousness, and long pauses while they search for the right words. It seems people are more likely to lie when they're writing or typing than with a face-to-face conversation, especially when anonymity on the internet allows people to say whatever they like with no consequences. Here is information that may help you tell if someone is lying. There will be fewer I or me statements. There will be less elaborations so as to decrease the complexity of the lie. There will be more negative emotion, either from feeling guilty or wanting pity. When retelling an event, it is more likely that someone is telling the truth if they are less chronological or forgets a couple of important details. It is interesting to note that people who are depressed seldom deceive others because they perceive reality better than others. With all this said, humans can only detect lying about 54% of the time. But the absolute tragedy of lying is the ones we tell ourselves. I have to have the approval of others.
I have to be perfect at all times.
I have to have things be a certain way and be in control.
I am weak and need others to depend on.
I will be happier if I avoid any unpleasantness.
I must find the one right and perfect solution to any problem.
If we lie to ourselves, what becomes of love and romance? People are more fooled by someone they love than lies told by a stranger. In fact, people save their biggest lies for those they love. Shall we review again? We lie to ourselves about what we eat and how much we weigh. We lie to our spouses about how much we spend and if we're unfaithful. We lie to our friends, hiding the real opinions we have of them. And we lie about our addictions. A lot of time is spent making untrue that which is. Imagine taking all of this and functioning at work. Employees generally lie for two reasons: to get what they want or to avoid what they don't want. All too often in business, we lie to appease customers, explain tardiness, or cover up mistakes. Research shows the greater the deception, the more it's probably due to the workplace environment. As there is a tendency to imitate our managers, both the employee and manager could learn from the past. Lie to your parents, you could be reprimanded. Lie to your friends, you could lose their trust. Lie to your spouse, you could lose your marriage. Both the employee and manager could learn in the present and adhere to these truths. Lying decreases morale and causes conflict and harm. Lying can escalate into harassment and bullying. Lying could cost you your job. Here are common workplace lies. See how much easier it would be if we told the truth.
I don't have any questions.
Be honest whenever you're unsure or confused about a matter.
Everything is under control.
Be honest about every task. Be willing to voice concerns or ask for help.
I just got your voicemail.
Be honest and say you're now ready to completely focus on the matter.
This will only take a minute.
Be honest and itemize the time frame of each task. Why do employees lie?
I can get away with it.
Everyone else is doing it.
I don't like my job.
I don't like my life.
My boss doesn't like me.
I want to get even.
I didn't get a raise.
It's a challenge.
The company doesn't offer much.
I can't help it. 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 I can't help it.
When employees lie, here is an effective approach to resolving the matter. Step 1. Define your goal to be effective in the company. Strive to have a happy and productive relationship with everyone in the company. Strategize on how you can do things better. Step 2. Assess your own behavior. Ensure you are an exemplary employee. Treat everyone with dignity and respect. Example honesty and encourage all to be truthful. Do not play favorites. Step 3. Review company rules and procedures. Ensure all rules are fair and all procedures are effective. Implement and support zero tolerance for harassment. Inform employees of your open door policy. Step 4. Develop humane strategy to address lying in the workplace. List qualities of the coworker that have a negative impact. List qualities of the coworker that have a positive impact. Gather and document all facts before meeting with the coworker. Anticipate reactions and responses. Invite the coworker into your office to discuss the problem. Share reasons why you enjoy working with them. Identify the problem as you understand it, briefly and specifically. Advise the coworker of the consequences of dishonesty. Offer the coworker an opportunity to present their side. Focus on the actual behavior or betrayal of trust and how it impacts relationships and performance at work. Listen carefully when they talk A person lying may present inconsistencies and errors. Speak only the truth, not hearsay, rumors, or guesses. Avoid inflammatory language when being assertive. Analyze the conversation, make the appropriate decision, and take the necessary action. Be confident you made the right decision. Avoid gossiping about the incident. It is also important to develop mechanisms that will immediately correct misinformation. Keep in mind that misinformation is heavily layered in our brains, especially when it conforms to our pre-existing political, spiritual, or social beliefs. If repeating the same lie over and over again is eventually believed, the antidote to a lie is evidence, facts, and a demand for integrity. A new study suggests you might very well improve your mental and physical health if you reduce the number of lies you tell. They have found a powerful tool to help you do this. It's called honesty. Telling the truth reduces sadness and stress, headaches, and sore throats. Lies require a lot of effort and strain. You have to consider what you're trying to hide, create a believable scenario, give a convincing performance, and then remember it for the rest of your life. In a survey of 425 psychologists, social workers, psychiatrists, and marriage and family counselors, 96% thought that becoming more open, genuine, and honest was an essential requirement for good mental health. I suppose honesty is the best policy. It gives you credibility. It gives you freedom from facade. It reveals your true character. Here is a good way to start. Be honest and confront the things you dislike about yourself. Be honest and create opportunities for you to improve. Be honest and distinguish need to know and what to share. Be honest and be tactful and positive when talking with others. Be honest and avoid embellishing, exaggerating, and situations in which you would have to lie to others. Being honest is a choice and an achievement. It's a good way to live life. Deception. Businesses lose about 5% of its revenue due to fraud each year, which is $3.5 trillion worldwide. From fraud and theft to leaks and embezzlement, deception ruins innovation, damages teams, and destroys reputations. Aside from job descriptions, procedure guides, and training sessions, it is important to create a workplace that is pleasant, efficient, and safe. It is even more important to know your employees and care for their well-being. By doing so, it will be easier to sense or observe when a person or an environment is experiencing uncharacteristic stress. When talking with employees, be aware of unnecessary elaboration, changing of subject, selective wording, distancing language, using disclaimers and qualifiers, and frequently asking the question to be repeated. There are 7 emotions: joy, surprise, sadness, anger, fear, disgust, and contempt. Be aware of emotional deception. See if the correct facial muscles are used to express the emotion. For example, A fake smile only uses the mouth instead of the eyes. Also, any expression displayed for more than 5 to 10 seconds is generally being faked. Be aware of the gesture cluster. If the person is using 2 or more of these gestures, they may be lying. Look for inconsistencies in personality. It may be a sign if an employee who's usually animated suddenly stops gesturing, uses a forced smile, or holds their breath. There are many techniques used to cover a lie. Let's take a look at how liars distort information. They will play dumb. They will become incredulous and indignant. They will use a straw man or create bigger distractions. They will deny the issues are credible. They will sidetrack the subject with unprovable remarks. They will sidetrack accusers with name-calling and ridicule. They will ignore the facts and demand impossible proof. They will use the facts to create an alternative conclusion. They will claim harassment because others have gotten away with it. They will question motives and imply a hidden agenda. They will confess to a minor matter to look cooperative. They will create a new truth. Manipulation, disinformation, and histrionics have no place in the workplace. Train yourself to spot deception. Create an honest culture, and it starts with you.